in 1 minute. Are we ready to go?
It's gonna be great.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me try this other mic, which Paula and Laura are going to be speaking on. Let me turn off my mic. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8. Is this mic up? 10, 9, 8. Is it connected to the system? She's not hearing this one. 10, 9, 8.
Should be. Oh, but I.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay. And then on 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's me. That's that one. Okay. Never tap on my checking. I'll leave that on for now. All right, are we at 1:30?
It wasn't working.
Is it working now?
Nope.
What's
Yeah.
not?
Yep.
We're good?
Yep, we're good.
It just takes a second for it to click in. You ready? 30 seconds. You ready? You ready? I don't care if Isaac's ready.
Oh, thank you.
Isaac, are you ready?
Yeah.
Prince riding upon a horse sees an old man planting a carob tree. He asks the old man, "How long will it take for the tree to bear fruit?" 70 years, he responds. The prince laughs and says, "Old man, you're a fool. You'll never taste the sweetness of that fruit." The old man responds, "I eat from the orchard because my ancestors planted one for me. Likewise, I'm planting for my children and grandchildren." The prince realizes that the old man is right. He gets off his horse and he assists him in his work. Today, we plant for tomorrow. Each generation has come to care for the next generation. We are here today in this beautiful sanctuary, and you are all at home, because many years ago, a group of Jews came together, invested their dollars, and built it. We are here because of the efforts of so many others that believe Kol Tikva is a vital part of the West Valley Jewish community. We are a strong community because of the commitment of both temple and community members. As adults, it's our job to think not just about what we need at the moment, but also for tomorrow. To put it simply, congressional commitments and fundraisers alone do not keep the doors open at Kol Tikva. From building repairs to payroll to creating new programs for both young and old, we need your help. It's just so easy to give. Just go to our website, go right on the homepage. There's a big apple that says donate here, and click away and give. And if you give a minimum of $360, your gift will even be matched. We'll double your dollars twice as much fun. So show that you care about Kol Tikva, show that you care about tomorrow, and now on to our service. Have fun.
Yom Kippur. What does Yom mean? Yom means day, and Kippur means atonement. So Yom Kippur, you put them together, and you get the Day of Atonement. But atonement's a really big word. So atonement's like saying, I'm sorry. So it's really the day of saying, I am sorry to everyone you know and everyone you love. Because just in case you did something mean to someone over the past 12 months, it's important to apologize. So I want everyone to turn to family and friends, anyone who's in the room right now, and say, I'm sorry. I'll do better next year. I'm sorry, Cantor Noah. I'll do better next year. I'm sorry to all the people in the band. I'll do better next year. I'm sorry to all the people in the audience. I'll do better next year. And now it's my honor to welcome our new preschool director, Paula Hoffman, who is going to talk to all of you about Kol Nidre. Here we go. But before we do that, as Paula's coming up, we're going to sing EO.
Brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. Hine mato manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. E-O, 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 sisters to hang out on this lovely day. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this lovely day. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. E-O, 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 yo, 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 yo. Brothers and sisters to hang out on this day.
And now a story from Paula.
I'm so glad to be back at Kol Tikva. I worked here 23 years ago as a kindergarten teacher, and now I'm back to get our preschool opened again. So I have a story to tell you. Once there was a man named Moshe who lived above the bakery in a very small town. He lived alone because he had no family, no brothers, no sisters, no one, except he had a cat. And from his window, Moshe could see the entire town and all the people who lived in the town. He had lots of time for watching what other people in the town were doing, and he loved to talk. He'd talk to himself, he'd talk to his cat, and he'd talk to everyone in town who would listen to him. He knew that everyone loved a good story, so he told lots of stories. Stories about the people who lived in the town. He told everyone that Mrs. Goldberg had put sawdust in her matzo balls to make them bigger. He told everyone that the lady who sewed dresses made them too small so that people thought that they were fat. And then one day, he saw Chaim take an apple from the market. And by the time everyone in town heard that story, they all believed that Chaim had stolen a giant bushel of apples. Well, Chaim was not very happy. Chaim went to Moshe and told him that the store owner had paid him with an apple for delivering a chicken to him. Moshe apologized and he said, well, I'll take the story back. But it was not possible to take the story back. No, the damage had already been done. And now, no one in the town would talk to Moshe. So Moshe went to see the rabbi. Okay, thank you. Rabbi, no one will talk to me. And the rabbi said, I believe that some people might have been hurt by your stories. Moshe replied, my stories? They're only words. They're not rocks. They're not stones. What harm can come from a word? Certainly no more harm than could come from a feather. And the rabbi said to Moshe, well, I can help you. I want you to go home. I want you to cut the end off of a pillow, and I want you to bring it to me. Moshe thought that was such an odd request, but he did it anyway. And when he stepped out the door, the wind was blowing, and it took all the feathers and scattered them everywhere. Moshe was lost in a whirlwind of goose feathers, and he tried to gather them all up. It was just impossible. So he went back to the rabbi with the empty pillowcase. The rabbi was very disappointed. Would you be disappointed, Rabbi? Well, Moshe said, it's not my fault that the wind scattered the feathers everywhere. And the rabbi said, I cannot help you until you go back and find all of the feathers and put them back into the pillow. Moshe went back. He tried to gather up all the feathers. He tried and he tried all day long. He was so tired, he went back to the rabbi. This is just impossible, Moshe said. And the rabbi said, and so are your stories. Once the words leave your lips, they are as impossible to put back as those feathers. And Moshe changed his ways. He stopped telling stories about the people in town. Now, what about all of you? Can you change your ways? Can you be nicer to other people? Can you be careful about the words that come across your lips? Or are they going to be everywhere, just like the feathers in this story?
And now we're going to do a very special prayer that speaks about, well, promises we made, words that have crossed our lips. And it's called Kol Nidre. When we say Kol Nidre, we say, well, to God and to everyone around us, we're sorry because we made some promises this year and we couldn't fulfill them. Please forgive us. Kol Nidre.
Kol Nidre ve'isarei v'achramei v'konamei v'chinuyei v'kinusei u'shavut dindarna u'deishtavana u'de'acharimna u'de'achrimna ודי אסרנה על נפשתנה מיום כיפורים זה עד יום כיפורים הבא עלינו לטובה.
And what does that mean, you might ask? This is what it means. These words of Kol Nidre. We publicly state that we're going to try our absolute best to live up to all the promises we will make between this Yom Kippur and next Yom Kippur. But if we aren't able, please forgive us and allow us to start over. And now we're going to do the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. So unless you're inside a high chair, if you're strapped down, don't try to get up. But if you're sitting on a couch or playing on the floor, now's the time to stand up. Can you do that? Time for the Baruch Hu. We're all going to face the ark, or at least I'm going to face the ark. And there's a couple times we're going to bow. I want everyone to bow with us. So even those in our live audience, please rise for the Baruch Hu. Here we go. I need everyone to repeat after me. Shh. Ah. Shh. That's the sound of silence. That's the sound of a new idea forming. That's the sound of the idea as it's born. Shh. Ah. Shh. Ah. Shema. 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 Shema is when we go silent. We begin to think, and we come up with new ideas. Ideas about how we can help one another. So let's cover our eyes. Let's take a big, silly breath in, and then out. And now a serious breath in. Hold it, and let it out. And now the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Shem Kevod Malachuto Leolam Va'ed.
I'd like to say you could sit down right now, but you can't, because we're going to go to the Sea of Reeds. We're going to do some dancing and singing, because whenever you're at the Sea of Reeds, it's a sign of having a good time. So I'm going to get our Sea of Reeds dancers in front of us. I think Paul's even going to join them this time. Yes. Up here. Yeah, up here. No. Oh, you're going to do an introduction. I forgot. I made a mistake. I am so sorry, Paula. Paula is going to come forward right now and give a little introduction to our next prayer. And our Sea of Reeds dancers might want to sit for a minute until she's done.
Thank you. So, a long time ago, do you remember the story of Passover? Do you remember that story? Well, the Jewish people were slaves in Egypt, and Pharaoh finally agreed to let them go. And so they had to pack up everything that they could. Imagine being told that you have just this one little bag, and you pack it up with everything that's so important to you, and now you've got to carry it, and you're out for a very, very, very long walk with lots and lots and lots of people. And before you know it, you're standing in front of the sea. And behind you, Pharaoh's soldiers, they're coming, and you've got to get across the sea. What are you going to do? And everybody stood there and they looked at Moses and they said, what do we do? Moses said, have faith. Have faith. One man in the crowd, one man named Nachshon, he dipped his foot into the water. And then he stepped further and further and further into the water. It was almost up to his chin. And the people were screaming, he's going to drown. What are we going to do? And Moses picked up his staff like a walking stick. And he touched the waters. And the waters spread open. Quickly, everybody, quick, everybody, run through while the waters are spread. Quick, let's go to the other side. And they were running and running and running and running as fast as they could. There were mommies and daddies and boys and girls and grandmas and grandpas all running to get to the other side, to get to freedom. And behind them were the soldiers. They were trying to catch them before they could go. But you know what happened? We made it. We made it. They were no longer slaves in Egypt. They were now free.
Now it's time for dancing and singing because of this freedom. Thank you, Paula, for that beautiful and fun telling of the story. And Paula, why don't you join our dancers too? Do we have a wide shot so we can see everybody? Here we go. Maybe that's a little too wide. We'll be adjusting that shot as we go, I can already tell.
Ready?
Freedom's on its way. Standing at the sea, Michamocha, standing at the sea, Michamocha, standing at the sea, Michamocha, freedom's on its way. Surfing at the sea, Michamocha, surfing at the sea, Michamocha, surfing at the sea, Michamocha, freedom's on its way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on its way. Jumping at the sea, Michamocha, jumping at the sea, Michamocha, jumping at the sea, Michamocha, freedom's on its way. Twirling at the sea, Michamocha, twirling at Michamocha, twirling at the sea, Michamocha, freedom's on its way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on its way.
Let's thank Hallie, Samantha, and Paula for helping us all dance our little hearts out. I want everyone to still stand if you can out there, because we're going to do an Amidah. An Amidah means a standing prayer. And here's a really easy standing prayer that I'm going to say, and you guys are all going to shout Amen at the end of it. Our God and God of our parents, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Leah and Rachel, remember us for good life. You are our sovereign. That means like a ruler or someone who helps us, who loves life. Write us in the book of life. You are our God, the God moving. And so now we're going to do 15 seconds. That's 5 plus 5 plus 5 of silent prayer. On Rosh Hashanah, we did 10 seconds of silent prayer. But today, for Yom Kippur, an extra 5. And as we stand silently for 15 seconds, we're going to say a special blessing for the people who take care of us. Think you can do that? That's great. Here we go. Shh. And And now if you're done with your prayer, you'll take 3 little steps backwards, bow to the left, to the right, to the center, and now for a very special melody, Yiyu L'Ratzon.
יהיו לרצון אמרפי אמרפי והגיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצון אמרפי אמרפי והגיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצון אמרפי אמרפי והגיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצון אמרפי אמרפי והגיון ליבי לפניך
Yasher Koach. And time for another story, because we love stories, don't we? So we're going to hear a story right now, and I get to tell this one. Let's see if we can get a camera on me, though. I'm over here. I'm over here. Find me. Find me. Now can we zoom in or get another camera on me? Hello. Keep coming. Oh, you're almost there. Tighter. Down. I love doing this. I love directing the camera as I'm sitting. Perfect. Maybe a little wider now would be good, because okay, it's close enough. Good enough. So a long time ago, there's a gentleman who was traveling from town to town to town, and he was so tired after all of his travels. So he decided to stop at a little inn. And the innkeeper had a wonderful room for him. And the innkeeper was so nice because the innkeeper brought him a nice cup of hot cocoa. Hot cocoa before you go to bed is one of the best things. And then that innkeeper was so sweet, the innkeeper took a blanket and wrapped me in it. And then handed me a pillow. And since it was a Yom Kippur, I dreamed that the pillow looked like challah. Or maybe it does look like challah, I'm not sure. And then, this man fell asleep. But then suddenly, he was awoken by the sound of drums. And the man was very groggy. Oh my God, the sound of drums, where are they coming from? And the innkeeper said to him, the sound of drums, that's to let everyone in town know that a fire is occurring. So whenever there's a fire, everyone begins to beat their drums. And then we put out the fire. Well, the man said, oh, that's a really smart way of putting out fires. And he promptly took his pillow and went back to sleep. Well, the next day, he woke up and he got on his horse and he went all the way back to his village. And the first thing he told everybody was about the amazing way to put out fires. That if there's a fire, you begin to beat your drum, and everyone else beats their drums. And the fire is out. And so one night, while he was sleeping, he was woken up to the shout of, "Fire, fire!" So what did he do? He grabbed his drum, and so did all the other townspeople. And they kept drumming, and they kept drumming, and they kept drumming. And then they stopped drumming so I can get a word in, and they kept drumming, and they kept drumming. But the flames grew and grew, and a stranger was going through the town on his horse. And he said, "What are you doing?" "Well, we learned that if you all beat on a drum, the fire will go out." And the man laughed and said, No. The fire is the warning. The drum is the warning. It's the warning that you should all gather and get some water and put out the fire. The drum is just the signal. It's not the action. The drum is just there to wake you up. And the man said, "Oh, that is so smart." So everyone grabbed buckets, and what did they do? They threw water everywhere to put out the flames. So Yom Kippur is sort of like the drumming. Yom Kippur actually is just a day for us to come together, to think about things we should think about. But tomorrow we need to take good actions. Tomorrow we need to be better people. Tomorrow we need to think about how to be nicer. So Yom Kippur is like the drum. It reminds us to do better. But then we have to go do better afterwards. And that's the story about the town that learned that the drum was only a signal. And now we got a little bit more praying to do. So I'm going to go back up onto the stage and leave all my water on the floor. And we're going to continue with Rosh Hashanah. On Rosh Hashanah, it says in our book, on Rosh Hashanah, God opens the book of life, and all the things we do are written on it. And on Yom Kippur, the book is closed and sealed. And we hope that when it's closed and sealed, it says things like, bring us good health, bring us happiness, bring us lots of fun times, bring us, well, a better world. Here we go, for Rosh Hashanah.
בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו.
Wasn't that beautiful? Now we're going to say a prayer called Al Chait. We're just going to do the English today. But when I say it, if you want to say Amen at the end of every line, that's not a bad thing to do. Here we go. We are sorry for the promises we did not keep. Amen. We are sorry for the mistakes we made. Amen. We are sorry for the times we were selfish or stubborn. Amen. We are sorry for the things we took without asking. Amen. We are sorry for saying things that made others feel sad. Amen. We are sorry for the times we were angry or unkind to the people we love. Amen. God of forgiveness, for all these things, forgive us. Give us a new beginning. Make us like one, the Al Kulam.
ועל כולם אלוהי סליחות, סלח לנו, מחלנו, כפר לנו. ועל כולם אלוהי סליחות, סלח לנו, מחלנו, סלח לנו, מחלנו, כפר לנו.
Vinu Malkenu, God is like a parent. God, well, help us to do what is right. Help us to be strong. Help us to be kind. Help us to tell the truth. Help us to grow. Help us to always do our best. Avinu Malkenu, our parent, the one who loves us, the one who cares for us, please take care of us, because we try so hard to be good. Avinu Malkenu. Here we go. You ready? I can keep going. Okay.
Avinu Malkeinu, Chaneinu v'aneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chaneinu v'aneinu, ki en banu maasim. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed, ve'oshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chaneinu v'aneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chaneinu v'aneinu, ki en banu maasim. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed, ve'oshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chaneinu v'aneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chaneinu v'aneinu, ki en banu maasim.
I'm going to ask everyone to stand. I'm going to ask our education team, Paula, Samantha, and Hallie, to go open our ark and to each take out one Torah. And after they take out one Torah, I'm going to ask them to go back to their dancing positions, holding our Torahs, as we sing a few songs. So you're our virtual hakafa. The Torah, what does the Torah do? Well, it tells us stories. It tells us stories of how Judaism began, how the world began. It gives us morals and ethics. It gives us a way to explore ancient words, to find new meanings. But mostly Torah is a way to show our love for Judaism. By reading it, by holding it, by being familiar with it, we show why it is important. And the Torahs are now, why don't we begin our music as they take them out.
Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue.
Now let's have our Torahs return to the ark. Thanks to all of our educators. Kanta? Yep. And as they're putting it back, we'll be doing It Is a Tree of Life. Here we go. Can be seated. If you've got a parent around, yell out and say, Mom or Dad or whoever is taking care of you, yell out for them right now. I'll give you a second for that. And if you're next to your sister or your brother, you can also do this. I want you to take your hands and place them on your child's head or place them on the head of your sibling, your brother or your sister. Because we want to give a blessing. And the blessing should go from one person to another. So we're going to do the family blessing right now. You ready? Here we go. Yivarechacha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'hunecha. Yisad Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May the light of God always shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may God always make your days fun, fun, fun. And together we say, Amen. And now we're going to have a final shofar blast. We're going to ask our drummer, Evan, to come forward. And we're going to put him center stage. And we're going to have him do a Tekiah Gedolah to end Yom Kippur for all of you little ones. Where is he? No, you want to be right over here. Right here, I guess. Yeah, I think there. Yeah. Anyway, we can drop the camera a little bit so we don't have so much ceiling. So we can actually see us. Nope. Well, let's stand on our toes then. There we go. That's great. Here we go. 1 second. Don't do anything. Are you ready to do this? Okay, ready? The special call. Fudge brownie. No, okay. I did that last time. All right, ready? Tekiah Gedolah. Yasher Koach. And now for our closing song, Oseh Shalom. Put your arms around one another. And just a reminder, our religious school is open. Our ECC will soon be opening. And we have lots of fun services and programs. Go look for them on the internet, on the web. Ask your parents to do that for you. Here we go. Oseh Shalom.
Shalom במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh Shalom b'mroma, hu yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol
Shana Tova. Have a sweet and happy new year. Thank you to the amazing band. Thank you to the amazing volunteers. Thank you to our education team. Thank you for coming, and we hope you enjoyed our service. Shana Tova, everybody. Shana Tova. And